All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get into the final boss of the Zombies Master Challenge, for me at least. Probably for a lot of other people too. And that is World War II Zombies. This is Sledgehammer's take on zombies. And I'll be honest, it's not great. There are parts of it that I do like. There are very small elements that they tried that actually work pretty well. This is also one of the most robust games in terms of like customization. Up to this point, there really hasn't been a ton of customization. Black Ops 3 had some, but other than that, the zombies mode has been kind of barren. This game is kind of ahead of its time in terms of customization. It has a bunch of loadouts. It has like a ton of different upgrades you can get. There's loot boxes that you can earn just by playing zombies to get pretty much everything in the game, which was way ahead of its time because this was the era where there was a lot of pay to win. And yeah, I'm actually like really impressed with like the menus and robustness of this game. Now, having said that, these menus crash on me all the time and I have to reset the game, so that kind of sucks, but just the general like amount of effort they put into this is like pretty surprising. But the issue with this mode is that they tried to take it too seriously. You have like a favorite horror movie? Like a horror movie that like really gets horror right, where like the themes are really good, it has a really good story to tell, it's genuinely scary, you know, has everything that a good horror movie should have, right? Imagine you have a sequel to that movie, and you go to the theater, you're all excited to see the sequel to your favorite horror movie of all time, and they took out all of the character, all of the themes, all of the scariness, everything, and instead, every 3 minutes, there's just a goofy jump scare. And half of the jump scares aren't even real jump scares. They're like the fake jump scares where like the character is standing there and then someone grabs their arm from behind and they're like, ah, and then the music goes, bah, and then it's just like their mom being like, dinner's ready, you know. That movie, that sequel, is this game. So they took out all of what made zombies great. The characters, the story, the Easter egg. There are Easter eggs, but, you know, like, just the lore that you really have to, like, get super deep in to understand. And the goofiness of it all and the crazy characters and all that. They took all that out and replaced it with goofy jump scares. So now, every 3 minutes, a zombie will pop out of the ceiling and the music will go, da! Or a zombie will jump out of a window and the music will go, ba-ba! And they thought that was like the greatest thing ever. They thought they were like revolutionizing zombies. Like, oh man, it's going to be scary this time. Where like zombies was never supposed to be scary. It was never that. Zombies was never scary. It was always supposed to be like a mode that was more about the story and the gameplay mechanics of training zombies. Apparently the people that made this were just like, well, it's not scary enough. It's got to be scary. So that kind of ruins a lot of what could have made this great. But anyways, we'll get into it more as we see the maps. There's also a bit of a budget problem with this one as well, as you'll see, because people really didn't like this game in general. So halfway through, the maps start to lose a lot of steam, and the last map is by far the smallest. Kind of like with Exo Zombies. Or not Exo Zombies, Infinite Warfare Zombies. But anyways, we have a nice little entry into this before we get into the big stuff, because we have to play the Prologue. And the Prologue just basically teaches you what this Zombies mode is about, because it's a bit different. There are a couple main mechanic changes in this game. Probably the biggest one is armor. So there's no longer Juggernaut or Juggernog. You know, the thing that's been in the series since the beginning and has been in every single game. They took that out. And instead, you die in, I think, 3 hits, but you can also get armor.
We've had quite a ride together.
Which will go away when you would have died.
Perhaps your finest hour, Captain.
And then you can buy it back.
Anytime I'm taking Nazis down the peg is my finest hour. Besides, these bastards had a Vermeer hanging next to a Valkenburg. Sure, they're both Dutch, but wrong damn century.
Olivia, your field work at Neuschwanstein led us to over 6,000 pieces stolen from private collectors in France.
The Nazis have taken so much from us all. This art belongs to the people.
And who can forget the Merker's salt mine?
Yeah, I know what I did, but hold your applause. I'd rather try knobbing a rolling donut before I bust my arse with your pennies again. It's not worth it, mate.
Duly noted. Which brings us to Middleburg and the current operation. Dr. Fisher?
10 days ago, we received a dossier. Material smuggled out by a young Austrian scientist who's reconsidering his loyalties. In it, he provides the location of a hidden bunker, where Dr. Straub and Colonel Richter have been collecting some peculiar pieces. Whatever they found, it's being used to power some kind of experiment.
You have no idea what you're dealing with, do you?
Your mission is to seize that relic. Everything else is on a need-to-know basis.
Is it just me, or does it seem that we're a wee bit late to the party? I didn't sign up for this shite.
None of us did.
But here we are, and you have your mission just as I have mine. To find and rescue the scientist who risked his life to get us this intelligence. Klaus Fischer, my brother.
I'm in antiquities, darling, not search and rescue. Best of luck.
What the hell was that?
All fun and games until the zombies attack.
I told you this was bugger! Austin told you!
So there's our characters. That's the most you'll see them say for the rest of the series.
What was that thing?
How's it going yet?
Trostin, Olivia, Jefferson.
This game seems quiet, but I don't know. Of course, it can't get any louder. Actually, I don't know. That looks alright. So we've gone back to the German influence, which makes sense because this is World War II.
What is this? Klaus mentioned strange devices. It closed my wounds.
It immediately healed me. Alright, so now we're going to learn the new melee mechanics, which I actually like. Jump scare!
That soldier, he shouldn't be alive.
I told you. This game is all about jump scares.
I remember that farmhouse. It's a ghostly
So,
place.
yeah, and
I've
that,
almost made it
like,
to town. More of those broken
that,
soldiers.
stereotypical, it just constantly plays that. All the dang time. It's so obnoxious. You will hear that sound effect multiple times every round. It's kind of wild. So anyways, here's the prologue. It's basically just this little tiny house. We have to survive in this little tiny house until we can buy this door and leave. And that's the whole prologue. However, there is actually an Easter egg in the prologue. You need to shoot all of these lanterns. And some of them are pretty hidden, actually. There's some outside the map. See if I can remember where they're all at myself. Let's see. There's one here. Not here. There's one over there. Here's the armor, by the way. I'm missing one, I think.
They seem to come in waves. More appear with every search.
Ba-da. Feeling the last one is also outside somewhere. One thing I do like is you can heavy kill zombies with the melee, and sometimes they'll drop ammo, which is really nice. It's a really nice way of, like, if you literally have 0 ammo, you can get at least a little bit back and not just have to, well, game's over, I ran out of ammo. I like that idea. We already have almost enough to escape. I need to find this last lantern. Out here. Where's this last lantern? That one. Might have to cheat. Let's see anyway. It's gotta be. I feel like it's in an obvious spot. Maybe it's on the ground somewhere. Zombies are pretty annoying in these maps. They're extremely loud. They get pretty fast. They really like to annoy you while you're trying to do steps. Which, I mean, it's common for all the games, but I think they're at their worst in this game. I didn't hit that one? Wow, played myself. Alright, so doing that opens these doors. It opens up the mystery box. So just a little Easter egg for the prologue. That's it.
The town is just up ahead. I hope the
That's
others
the
made
end
it.
for the prologue.
Oh God. I hope Klaus is still alive. I'm coming, brother.
And let's go ahead and... I don't think there's an outro movie. Is there? Ball champ? Nope. Alright. Knock the prologue off the list, and we'll move on to our first proper map, which is the Final Reich.